which is when you get used to something that should be really, really hard, but it wasn't. It wasn't 3 times in a row. Well, three times in a row represents 14 months in this sport. So now you got over a year that the hardest thing that you've ever signed up to do wasn't. I've seen people get 5 in a row where it wasn't just skill. They had some good matchmaking. When you look back, yeah, the matches were pretty favorable, things like that. But then they'll catch somebody will slip. I've seen people come across the ring, their knee, something happens, they fall down, nobody even touches each other, and the fight's over in the very first round. And you guys have seen this too. And you can get 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, and not just your big stars, not just your Ronda Rouseys, not just your Frank Shamrocks, not just your Khamzat Chimaevs. I've seen it on the regional scene. I've seen guys where everything's going great, but they're down at the YMC, they're down on the dog park, some local shows that we have around my area, some of them my own teammates, and they get on one of these rolls, they get hot, they get a hot hand. And then they find themselves in a situation, sometimes on paper, that was supposed to be the easiest of all of the hands they were dealt. It turns out to be the hardest, and things fall apart very quickly. I have no evidence to conclude for you that that represents Chimaev. I just have good historical data to tell you that every match is different, and in my mind, the buck stops at Gilbert Burns. I do not believe at 170 pounds you can beat Gilbert Burns and not find yourself in a title fight next. I do not believe at 170 pounds you could beat Colby Covington and not find yourself in a title fight, even if that was not the plan going into it. Even if it was never stated this is a number 1 contenders match, I don't think you could beat either one of those absolute studs and be anything but shined up so much that you go into a main event for the belt. That's what I think.